make leaders. We are trying to become a way of having a holistic approach to developing our African American boys' leadership and build their literacy skills. So with that being said, number 2. Let me introduce the team. My name is Emmanuel Stewart. I'm the proud but humble principal at Dr. George Washington Carver Academic Elementary School on the southeast side of San Francisco and Bayview Hunters Point.
My name is Ryan Louie. I'm the second grade teacher at George Washington Carver.
My name is Brother Harambe. I'm the Emoji Tribe Specialist at Carver.
And we have our coaches in the room, Miss Danielle, and then Miss Christine, she's over here. And if you're wondering where all these other people are that help us put this together, ladies and gentlemen, they are so dedicated to literacy. They are at our literacy night at Carver Elementary School right now as we speak, cleaning it all up for Mr. Stewart so we can walk into an environment behind literacy with our children. With that being said, yeah, slide number 3. We are really focusing on our black boys. And so when we say this behind our black boys, it's personal to me and it's dear to me. Not only because I've raised 2 African American boys who are college graduates or on their way, one. The other one will follow behind it. But Brother Harambe has brought his son to let you know that we are strongly and understand why we need to have our black boys reading. With that being said, we need to show you our current data. So when you read this, we know our boys are in crisis. And the data shows us with our F&P proficiency right now. Our boys are not reading. Ladies and gentlemen, they have to be reading. Until we get that happening, we understand that in this country, they're going to keep falling farther behind. But what happened at Carver was incredible. We had kindergartners walk into our school this year. Them little cats is ready. And let me tell you the honest God behind the truth, behind the data. This is only African American boys. Me and someone, nobody else up here on this data slide. It's only about African American boys. We have taken apart the data and we have looked at it to a point where we know where they're at. The RI data, if this is red like this, our RI data is even worse. And I can say that. But we're going to work to try to improve this. It is my responsibility, it is our responsibility to make sure that our boys can read in the 21st century. And with that being said, because I went off script, don't trip. We know that a lot of this is about how we came up with our design challenge. And so with that being said,
Here's our design challenge question. How might we empower African American boys to be resilient and dedicated to building literacy skills so as to prepare them to overcome any obstacle and become game changers? We embarked on the define and discovery phase of the iLab innovation process. We thoroughly read current research. We surveyed our school site staff. We interviewed families, and then we observed and interviewed students.
Well, my brother, because every time I read, he say, "Good job, you know all your words. I'm so proud of you."
That's really nice.
Your sister or your mom?
Thank you. Do you guys have anything else you want to say about me?
I like about reading is that, like, when you grow up, you go know the words.
How about you, Zach?
And I like reading because I can teach my brother.
So out of that, we got some celebrating literacy as a design feature. We have growing a whole reading life, reading with your brother as a design feature. And then this green cog right here was what we got funded through the 2016 design process, which is the building character with Brother Harambe. So since 2016, we've been partnering with Brother Harambe to build the character of our African American boys to be resilient in the classroom and remain focused during instruction. There's a sample. Right over. Right over. Right over. Set. So our presentation today is kind of looking back and asking ourselves, what's the next step? And our next step after, this feature right here are these 3 features we have here. So through the innovation process, we identified 3 design solutions that we are confident will lead us to success. The first one is grow home read life. The second one is offer kids choice. and what they read. And the third one is to celebrate literacy achievements. And then through an iterative prototype process, we develop multiple design features. And those features are home bookshelves, field trip to a bookstore, parent workshops, take-home book bags, buying high-interest book series and magazines, and materials for classroom reading celebrations.
So with that being said, tonight we're going to only focus our attention on the transformative piece and the approach around our African American boys and their reading at home. We do a lot of work at our schools about what we want to do. We send our teachers off and our educators off to professional development. And sometimes that information doesn't hit with our teachers, with our parents. And so with this, we're saying that we want to go into the home. So we want to offer them something a little bit different this time, something innovative, maybe? Tell me. So we know that there's a disconnect with some of the home life and the school life. And so with that, we based our insights, and the team brainstormed multiple solutions that we feel are impactful for our African American families. So we're not talking about our boys, we want to involve our families in this approach. And so first we want to provide a bookshelf that's kind of stylish, impactful, can be in the corner, kind of slick, and easy to put together. Mr. Louis, how long did it take you to put this together?
Less than 4 minutes.
Less than 4 minutes. You can turn it around, you can see it for yourself, but it is sturdy enough. So what we want to do is, on a Saturday, take our children with their family in these bookshelves and give them gift cards and make sure they have an opportunity to shop for the books they want and engage them with their reading. And so when you think about what's happening with our families and our boys, we know that this is just one aspect of it. However, we think this is the biggest impact that we can have with our families. We've engaged enough with our literacy. For 3 years now, we've been working on literacy at Carver. But we need one more piece to put this all together. And if we don't engage our families, we feel that we're not doing our job. And they talk about family engagement all the time and family partnership in the school district. But however, just not coming through. So we are confident about the other ones. You can hit the other slide for us. We also we're going to offer our children, our boys, choices in their books. Interesting, high level, magazines. Bottom line, they want to read. Stop giving them stuff they don't want to read. The next piece to this is that in the classroom, we want to be able to give our educators the choice of putting together their celebrations in their classroom and see what they want to do. So now we start to work together as an entire unit at the schoolhouse. That's one. The outcomes and the measurements of our school site. So here we want to make sure that these outcomes for our African American students and their males will be resilient, prideful, unafraid of their own reading outcomes, improve their literacy skills, strengthen our reading community in and out of school. We have short-term goals, but I know the famous one for the long-term goal, always this dirty little word for me called SBAC. We are going to work to try to improve our scores, but we want to improve our RI data. But what we really want to do is have young men like this over to my immediate right, have them go to school, have them have a joy for reading, and that's not what we're getting, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, the next slide. This is our phase-in plan. We want to make sure that we can buy the bookshelves like tonight. Amazon, $65. I need a lot of money though. Gather students' feedback, continue to do that. Gather our teachers' feedback and our educators. And start this plan immediately. We are not waiting around. Whether we ask for or if we don't, we're going to put this in work for our boys. I'm almost at the request. Home bookshelf and family trip to the bookstore, 14 grand, some other things we threw in there. Some homemade bookshelf, book bags, some high interest books, parent workshop led by Brother Harambe, who's going to take us home from this point on why this is important. And then, sorry about the 10-minute thing. Take us home, Brother Harambe.
My name is Brother Harambe. I run a program called the Moja Tribe. The Moja Tribe is a brotherhood that's, I left my guys over here. I introduced my son. Come on up. This is my son.
My name is Mike Chang. Coming up being blindsided. But I've been a part of the Moja Tribe, coming up. Obviously, this is my father, so it's something that been with me my whole life. What I'll definitely say is that character building, integrity, morals, values, when you receive that, oh, that's making me so uncomfortable. When you receive that or when you're getting that from another man, it's a little bit different. It definitely is longer lasting. And then when you have other men around you or young boys who come up through the program and you all are challenging each other and balancing off each other's integrity and morals and values, and it's a brotherhood that goes with you. So I went to Clark, graduated from there in Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
One of my main homeboys from here, he went to Howard, graduated from there. My other homeboy went to FAMU. So I'll say that the character building and the events and everything that we did with the Emoji Tribe kept us competitive with each other. So it was what you doing? What you got going on? How far are you? How are you progressing? So that's what I can speak to that.
That's what it is. We don't have to read all of it. Thank you for your time, and thank you for staying past 7:31 or 5. Okay, one of those. I really appreciate it because we were the last ones. I got an email late. My apologies to my team, but we're here. Thank you again for listening to what Carver has to offer.